What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from Mobile Command with another FAFO file. Women in America. You need to understand something. More and more men are no longer subscribing to the idea that a woman should never have hands put on her under no circumstances. No, ladies. You fought for equality. No, scratch that. You whined and complained until weak men gave you the illusion of equality. However, with that equality came what? Unforeseen consequences. Like the consequences that were placed onto this woman and many like her when it comes to domestic violation. Ladies, you wanted equality, you got it. Guess what? Ass whoopings are equal opportunity because they are rated E for everyone. Like the woman in this article that was published on the 5th of June. Man punches and chokes woman during argument over spanking child. Now, there are a lot of interesting variables that are not talked about in this article, which of course I'm going to point out as I go. A 27-year-old Oklawaha man on felony probation was arrested after he allegedly punched and choked a woman during an argument over spanking a child. Wait a minute. First and foremost, is it his child or their child? But since they say it's her child, we're going to go ahead and make the assumption that they were just boyfriend and girlfriend, which, in my humble opinion, if you are a single mother that brings a felon around your child, you should lose custody. But will society go that route? Of course not. Why? Because the ultimate plan for the single mother is to fuck up that kid and make him or her not a productive member of society. On Friday, June 2nd, a Marion County Sheriff's Office deputy responded to a local residence in reference to an assault. Upon arrival, the deputy made contact with the female victim, who advised that she had been in a verbal altercation with Ryan Jarrett Fletcher in the kitchen area of the home, according to the arrest report. Okay? Second question that I would ask, whose home was it? Was it his home and he moved them in? Or was it her home and she moved him in? Very interesting questions. Either way, gentlemen, if it's the latter, never do that. As a matter of fact, if it's the former, never do that either. The victim advised that Fletcher had spanked her child, which prompted the argument. Okay? What did the child do in order to get spanked by the man? Which, if they are not in a relationship, guess what? Fellas, this is another reason why you do not deal with single mothers. If she wants to introduce you to her child, that is an automatic no. Now, of course, there's always going to be guys who say single mothers are for recreational use only. If you're going to go that route and use her for that purpose, first and foremost, do not lie about her use. Let her know, hey, this is recreational use only. This is just casual and occasional. And most importantly, number two, do not let her introduce you to her children or child. Automatic no-no. That is an automatic disengage. Well, I want you to meet my child. Wrong. No. Automatic get out of Dodge. Do not go that route. According to the victim's statement in the report, Fletcher had become upset as the argument escalated, and she claimed that he, quote unquote, grabbed her on the arms with force. That, ladies, was the point that you should have been able to say, oh, you know what? We're getting too hot. We're getting too heated. Let's calm this down. But no, ladies. Remember, you can do everything that a man can do and do it better and do it in heels. Well, guess what? Now, ladies, it's time to start taking ass whoopings like men, because like we men all know, there is that point where things go from verbal to physical. You women were never taught that, which is why you keep going on and on and on and escalating and trying to emasculate. Why? Because you all have come up with the idea, unfortunately, that was implanted by a lot of your fathers who never actually took the time to actually spank you, that, oh, a man should never put his hands on you, no matter what the situation. Yeah, more and more men are rejecting that programming. The victim advised that Fletcher had placed his hands on her neck, quote unquote, with force and choked her. She also claimed that Fletcher picked her up and caused her head to hit the quote unquote ceiling of the house, according to the MCSO report. Once again, ladies, when men get angry, that little hormone that we possess called testosterone turns us into animals. Why? Fight or flight response. If we're going to fight, we're going to go all out. This man was able to pick you up and make your head hit the ceiling. Did that not raise an idea of yours to say, you know what? This man could potentially kill me with his bare hands. It's better to lose the fight and keep my life than to win the fight and lose my life. But no, women, you don't think that far ahead. You only want to think with your emotions. While the victim was allegedly being choked by Fletcher, she advised that she had held her breath. The deputy made contact with Fletcher. After being read his Miranda rights, he admitted that the argument with the victim was in reference to him spanking her child. The MCSO report stated that he denied the victim's allegations and claimed that the altercation with her had only been verbal. A criminal history search of Fletcher revealed that he has had a prior conviction of battery by strangulation in Alachua County in 2017. His probation began on January 7th, 2020, and is scheduled to end on January 6th, 2025. So, my question to this woman, did you know that this guy was already a felon? And if you knew, why were you still with him? Oh, that's right. Far too many women suffer from hybristophilia, the love of criminals. And more than likely, she thought, which ironically is not a far cry from what a lot of women think, they think, oh, this guy's a criminal. I can change him into a man that I want him to be. No, ladies, No. Fletcher was arrested and transported to Berrien County Jail, where he is currently being held on a $12,000 bond. He is facing felony charges for committing domestic battery by strangulation and violating parole, along with a misdemeanor charge for simple battery. Ladies, if you lie with dogs, don't get mad when you get fleas. I.e., if you decide to be with a man that's already a menace to society, don't get mad when he becomes a menace to you. So, of course, I have to give this a FAFO score of 9. Women, far too many of you are far too comfortable thinking that you can stand your ground, argue with a fully grown man, and thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to argue him down, and if things get too far, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to call other men. Once again, gentlemen, the idea of women being strong and independent is nothing more than a society-induced illusion for women. We strong, we independent, we don't need no man. Until the right man shows up and lets you know, oh, you know what? I do need men in the form of the gynocratic goons. Yeah, ladies. Yeah. But gentlemen, let me reiterate. This is another reason why single mothers should be off of your dietary list. And if you are going to go that route, like I mentioned previously, recreational use only. Do not sell her a dream that you're going to take on her and her kids just to get some box. Let her know, look, this is casual and occasional only. And let her make the choice. If she decides, okay, she's good with it, then institute rule number 2. You do not want to meet her children under any circumstances. And if she tries to finagle a relationship out of it, guess what? Cut fucking ties immediately. Period. Point blank. Well, I've rambled on long enough. Read the article. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think some of the other unknown variables were that they didn't talk about? Women around the world, you better get this through your head. The power you think you have in the gynocratic goons, aka the police, believe you me, that is going out. Feminism and the idea that men are going to continue to restrain themselves because of quote unquote chivalry, which is a misused term, is going out right along with it. And yeah, ladies, hey, a lot of men are drawing lines in the sand. And if you cross that line with your mouth, guess what? Don't be surprised if that man decides to put them hands on you. It is what it is. That's all I got to say for this one. R.P.M. I am